This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verses 1 through 3. We might have to get a lot in Isaiah 10 now that I'm reading it. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. All right, double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the heads and elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS, who do rule well, who have learned this 100% truth from, who are the true leaders of all Yasha'Allah, Israel, today. All right, whether you can receive it or not. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayath, the Wada, the Tabernacle of David, the House of David, scattered abroad. All right, primarily speaking first of the 144,000, 12,000 men of each tribe from Judah down to Issachar, the prophets. All right, those that are rehearsing, who are presented their bodies as a living sacrifice on them highways and hedges, as well as the innumerable multitude scattered abroad of men, women, and children, the remnant, all right, of the elect, including that 1/3 of men, women, and children here in Babylon the Great that is outside the office of a prophet, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability. All right, Shalom, Laha, Alahayim, peace to the gods, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and speckled bird brothers, all right, and sisters scattered among the heathen that may look like the heathen. All right, this is not a black thing, it's a lineage thing, a patrilineal lineage thing, all right, through the spirit, being a fleshly descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, so Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. We're going to get straight into it. I was going to wait until later because it's happening today. I might even, because there's a couple live streams going on right now regarding it. Right here in D.C., I mean, I'm in the DMV area. I'm in Virginia right now, but, D.C. is, a couple miles north of me. All right, but it's going down. We already seen from holding camp, right, 2 days ago, all right, that they was locking up certain streets and this and that and the third. There's going to be a lot of mirth regarding putting this king of another nation over you, which is a sin according to the Torah, the Tawrah, the law, the teachings of the Bible. Okay, like Elder Monaghan said, you know what I'm saying? I can't, like, yeah, you feel me? People gonna be calling out tomorrow because they're gonna be praising the fact that Edomite is now, a puppet of the elite over them, having fun and doing all type of nonsense. But whatever, we're gonna get into these executive orders. So notice I just read in Isaiah 10. Now, in context, this is obviously talking about, the Israelites, all right, that were in Moses' seat, so to speak, okay, that were, trying to not reestablish, but cement their power over the poorer Israelites because they was in, the seat of Moses, so to speak, whether it been like in the New Testament days, your Pharisees, your Sadducees, the scribes, so on and so forth. But we can use this in modern day times to our enemies because the Lord put the curses that was on you, on your enemies, Deuteronomy, I think that's 30:7. And we see that Esau, Edom, all right, is coming out strong writing these executive orders. Biblically speaking, an executive order is nothing but an unrighteous decree, because it's not, inspired by the Most High for you to do this. You're doing it because of um, counsel from your administration to say this and that and the third, to push whatever agenda that you want to push. Okay, this is why it's an executive order, because it's coming from the executive branch, the commander in chief. Okay, and he's writing 200. So like I was saying in other videos before, the last 4 years, the way it was run, the way that you live life is going to completely go upside down. Which I believe they will, they're going to enforce these decrees, these laws, this legislation that Nero ego-faced Donald Trump is going to push. Okay, and notice in verse 2 in Isaiah 10, it says to take away the needy from judgment, and talking about the widows and the fatherless. These are all epithets, all right, in a macro sense for the Israelites. Okay, when the Lord, who was married to us, didn't deal with us, and when we turned to a widow, when He put His face away from us, we, as being the Father, we were fatherless. All right, we were needy because we're constantly thirsty. We didn't drink from the water that we'll never thirst again, which is Yahweh Shah's teachings. Okay, so all of these things, all right, that He's about to do ultimately is going to have you to understand it's going to be trouble for Jacob. We are entering, if not, the apostle said it already, we in it, but it hasn't hit the climax yet of Jacob's trouble. And I believe, you see what I'm saying, Nero is going to be that man to do so, man. All right, so without further ado, and then I'm going to get Isaiah 19, all right, and then we're going to get to a little bit more, but let's play this.
Breaking news, hundreds of executive orders are going into effect tomorrow morning. As President Trump is inaugurated, he has announced a full comprehensive list of all the things that are going to be changing inside the U.S. on day one. So let's get into all the details here. Really quick, guys, please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on. A national emergency is about to be declared tomorrow morning. And we also have a whole other host of things that are going to happen as well too. And these are big changes coming to the United States on day one. And it says here that on day one, the president-elect will declare a national border emergency, direct the U.S. military to work with the Department of Homeland Security to fully secure the southern border, and to establish a national priority to eliminate criminal organizations, right? So that's what's happening day one. It also says Trump will create task force for protection of Homeland Security with officers from the FBI, ICE, the CEA, and agencies, quote, to fully eradicate the presence of criminal organizations inside the United States. It says here Trump will also direct designations of certain groups as foreign terror organizations, which the official said will unlock new authorities.
See that? There's going to be a lot of pushing towards T organizations. Now, he said foreign, but don't get it twisted. Like, domestic ain't in the small print as well, man. Persecution will eventually come upon the elect. In second Esdras, it says that, and then shall they be known who are my chosen, when they're madmen spoiling none, running into people's cribs. Okay? These so-called tariffs and all of that, they're not affecting these other countries. They're going to affect the American citizen. You're going to pay more. And hyperinflation is in the scriptures. Revelation 6 and 6. Okay? So if you are not on board of the next wave, you're going to be excommunicado from the beast system. Because when they push that chip, according to Revelation 13 and 15, anybody that does not worship the beast shall be killed. You go into that word killed, the root word for Greek means to separate. So it's a complete switch, a wealth transfer. And if you are not willing to worship Mammon, Esau, Shaitan, okay, you are going to be left out. But see, the just shall live by his faith. This is what we come in. This is what this thing is all about. we're in this because of our faith, because it was given to us, because it's a gift from the Heavenly Father to, after Yahushua, the rest of the first fruits. Lord willing, we're of that number. Okay? Because man shall not live by bread alone. Bread alone is going to be costing a penny, a denarian, a ancient Roman soldier's day's wage, a measure of wheat. So how you, you feel me? How you going to survive? And this is, so let me just get that Isaiah 19 real quick, because, you know, who knows which executive order, who's going to go through all of these and really, I'm going to have to stay in tune to the truth of YouTubers and all of that when they get into and read all of them and see like, whoa, 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 you see this right here in stanza this in subletter statute 9.123.67 of Nero Eagle Face Trump's executive order, the 144 order they wrote, saying that they have all power to do this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Now, will it be Nero? We don't know. It seems that way, so we're going to measure the time diligently in itself. Second Esdras chapter 9 and 1. So while we're under this oppression of Esau through the physical manifestation of Nero, okay, we're going to see if he really is Nero, which we do believe by faith that he's the reincarnation of Nero. And what did Nero do? I'm not going to get into it. Y'all should know by now. All right? This is why I keep saying persecution. Do you know what you signed up for, man? Okay? It's a spiritual TREASON. We're saying, no, we don't rock with you. We rocking with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You don't think that they going to get mad off of that? You feel me? That's like your your mother and father got divorced. Your mother putting your father on child support. And you like 12, 13 years old, right? And you like, Ma, I don't even rock with you. I'll rock with my dad. Let me go live with my father. She gonna get tight. All this I've been doing for you, and listen on the third, I'm the one that take care of you, and you always like, your dad. Oh, yeah, let that's how it is with Esau Edom. They like, yo, listen, we got you on this, EBT, Section 8, Medicare, this and that and third, right? And yet you want to not cooperate and worship us as your power, as God, but you want to worship your so-called, that's how they looking at it, right? God of the Bible, you rocking with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, yeah. So Esau gonna get tight. Okay, let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. Revelation 12 and 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Okay? Remember, Yahweh Shah said, for the kingdom of heaven is in you. All right? So the order that comes through faith in Yahweh Shah and rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability means that we're in a heavenly state, even though we're looking for the manifestation of it physically on earth as it is in heaven. So we're rejoicing, you see? All right? What does it say? When you are brought to a lower state, take it cheerfully. Esau Edom is about to bring us to a lower state that's ultimately from the left-hand side of Yahweh Shemel Shah. But continuing on, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the depth, so the sea obviously is all the other nations. All right, and if you of an earthly state, you constantly moving with your flesh. Remember, your flesh is of the dust of the earth, of the ground. All right, you haven't, vibrated on a higher level, on a heavenly level, basically in this truth. All right, destruction is coming on. It said, whoa. It said, for the devil has come down unto you. See, so the devil is coming down unto us. All right, but we know why. All right, and we're praying that we're able to endure through it in the Lord, and we have faith that he's going to take care of us when these things is enforced, like these executive orders, these unrighteous decrees. Okay. It says, for the devil's come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath a short time to what? To rule, man. And we're going to get that in Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 8. But continuing on.
To achieve the Trump Homeland Security mission. It says here that Trump will also reinstitute the quote remain in Mexico policy and direct the military to construct a new area of border wall. He will grant emergency authorities to suspend the entry of illegal aliens across the southwest border, allowing for individuals apprehended to be quote swiftly returned to their countries of origin. All right, so the remain in Mexico policy essentially says that to file for any type of asylum claim, to claim entry into the United States, you have to wait in Mexico or your country of origin for the asylum claim to be processed, because right now people are allowed in and they can claim asylum, and then sometimes it takes years to fully hash things out with the courts and to review all of these claims. And it says here that Trump will, quote, fully unleash Alaskan energy, which the official described as essential to U.S. national security. Also, senior officials told Fox News that the energy executive orders deals with, quote, every single energy policy and addresses liquefied natural gas, ports, fracking, pipelines, permitting, and more, and will also be terminating President Biden's policies that have, quote, constrained U.S. energy supply. It goes on to say that Trump will also sign executive orders to fully reform the federal bureaucracy by reestablishing presidential control over career federal workforce and make clear to federal workers that they can be removed from posts for failing to comply with executive directives. So, essentially saying they're going to fire people that do not follow these executive orders and directives that come from the president and the executive branch if they are under his branch. It says Trump will also sign an executive order to strengthen presidential control over senior government officials and implement a new merit-based.
And I'm going to say this too. Imagine you working for the government, right? And you don't, this is why the apostles was like, yo, you came into this truth, let's say you was in the military. You got to get out the fucking military, bro. Because we coming into a time where if you literally join hand in hand with this devil and he tell you to do something, you're going to get reprimanded. You can't fucking, you see what I'm saying? So look, Trump is like, yo, you work for us. Literally, we giving you all these benefits better than the average sheeple out there. And you don't say what I tell you to do, you getting fired. Period. And you might not even get all that extra shit. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta bring this up in Revelation. Okay? And this is just the beginning, because he's really going to show his horns. And the apostles been saying that before I even came into truth. You know, this devil, Esau Edom, is going to show you that he's the devil. He's going to show you his horns, man. All right, when he comes down. This is Revelation 13 and verse 11. And it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? So obviously this other beast is America. All right, coming up out of the earth, and you had two horns, two power structures. Horns is symbolic for power, and it's of the ancient Roman Empire, which was the plebeians and the patricians, but now it's the Republicans and the Democrats. Like a lamb, like as if it's for the people. All right, it's soft and cuddly, but it's really going to be a dragon. It's going to be a beast that spit fire out his mouth, man. All right, and you notice, remember the prophets, all right, fire comes out of their mouth. All right, on the right hand side, you know, pursuant to 2 Thessalonians, you know, by the consuming by the Spirit coming out of his mouth. And I think that's also in Revelation 11 goes into bringing fire down from I'm right. Revelation 11 and 5. And if any man hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. Right. So this truth cuts people like a fire, and it consumes them. Right. So the beast, like on the end, the dragon is fire breathing or whatever. You go into the word dragon, is draconian. So he's going to consume people with these draconian measures, going back to the Greek General Draco. You see? So it's starting off now. You don't want to do what we say, you're going to get fired. Seems a little similar to the Democratic administration. Didn't want to take that jibby jab, the jump shot, all right? And what happened? You couldn't feed your family. You got fired from your job. It happened to me. Had to get a new job, I think, once or twice because I didn't want to take that. And they wasn't accepting no religious exemption. Say word. You're bullshit. All right, on to the next. The Lord gave me another job through the faith, all right, that he's given unto me, man, that I knew he was going to take care of me. Call all Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Chakodash. All right? But anyway, he coming down. And it's gonna get harder and harder and more constrictive, man. All right.
Hiring system for review. It says Trump will also take action to return federal workers to in-person work. It says here the officials also said Trump will, quote, end the weaponization of the federal government and restore freedom of speech and end federal censorship. Sorry, it's really cold out here, guys. It's literally like negative 10 degrees. So sorry if I'm kind of like shivering a little out here. It's really freaking cold. And I don't want to have the truck on because it's just loud in the background, right? So sorry if I'm struggling a little here. It says Trump on his first day will also suspend the security clearances for 51 national security officials who lied about Hunter Biden's laptop ahead of the 2020 presidential election. It says here he's also expected to establish biological sex definitions, rename places like the Gulf of Mexico, which will become the, quote, Gulf of America, and more. All right, so it seems like a lot of things are going to happen tomorrow, just on day one. And this is just the beginning of this, right? There's going to be even more as the administration goes on and as new issues and problems arise.
And that's pretty much the point. I don't know what he's about. I ain't watched the whole video, but I'm pretty much I'm sure he's gonna just regurgitate, repeat himself. But this is Ecclesiasticus, the son of Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 10, starting at verse 1. I'm gonna read down to 3, and then I'm gonna skip to verse 8. Okay? It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. See, these people think that Trump Nero is prudent and wise, which he's not. The scriptures itself said, has wisdom gone from Teman, the men of understanding from Edom? Okay, so these people think that there's still that I'm supreme than any other nation on earth, specifically us of the lowest stock, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, which we are truly Hebrew Israelites, all right? The chosen people of the Most High power, all right? But he's not instructing his people, and if we're going to use it on like a kingdom sense, like instructing the American people wisely, he's not doing that, and he's not ordering it well, all right? Verse 2, as the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. Now, everybody could attest that Nero is the most proud person upon planet Earth. Well, let me not put it like that. That's the central bankers, right? But he does, um, emit a very proud aura, right? Based on, his talking points and how he constructs himself. All right. So if he's proud, his office is going to be proud. Anytime that he come at these Edomite lower level Edomites get a battery in their back. You see what I'm saying? That's when the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter videos of Jake getting bodied by police officers really ramped up. You see what I'm saying? The officers was like, yeah, I'm gonna get off. Nero's in office. Bang, bang. You feel me? A lot of people was waking up around that time, 2015, 2016, 2017, right? So when them officers that's going down to the border, that's going to these sanctuary cities, Chicago, New York, Denver, right? They about to turn up, man. You feel me? And they're going to be proud because their judge is proud, them being subservient unto him. It says, and what manner of a man the ruler of that city is, such are all they that dwell therein, right? So that means pride is just going to increase all over. And remember in the book of Proverbs, it says, pride goes before a fall, man. All right. So this place is about to fall. So the Lord put up this very proud man to be a ruler of this city, the great city, Babylon the Great, so it can fall. And it's going to fall horribly through ICBM All right. Multiple ICBMs. Okay, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Right. All right. And these Edomites don't have no wisdom. All right. So he's going to destroy his people. He's destroying his people on many different ways, man. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority of the city, in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right. So basically, the whole world is waiting for the righteous to rule so that they can rejoice. Now, verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So it's going to be translated from Esau, Edom to Jacob. That's 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see, so it's because of these unrighteous dealings or unrighteous decrees. So he's dealing with people. He's, the Gulf of America, Greenland and Canada is now, annexed to America. We're going to be the #1 crypto capital of the world. So on and so forth, so on and so forth. So, he's dragging his knuckles, man. His meaty ass potato looking translucent skin knuckle. He's not playing. He's coming out with a great rap. So we got to be prepared for these. Lord willing, it's not no 4 years, man. But the way it's looking, it don't seem that. But if the Lord do it, the Lord do it. And Lord willing, we continue to endure whenever he do feel like it's time to destroy this place. But, man, we have to be fully prepared for the revelation of Yahweh Shai. And in order to Yahweh Shai to reveal himself through the clouds, all right, in a cloud, a so-called UFO, the great tribulation, as far as Jacob's trouble time like never seen before, all hell breaking loose, shit hitting the fan, has to come first. All right, through ultimately the pushing of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I don't want to rock the Zah. That was edifying to the elect. On to the next one. Shalom.